Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the J&J Talk Show, December 18th, 2021. My name is Justin. It's pretty early to see us, but we have a big event. We have a couple of things going on this weekend that's going to kind of postpone our show. So we rather do it earlier on this weekend, get it going while we can. Let's get down to it. You know what we got to do in the morning. Let's go ahead and thank some people and how to make this show possible. First, I want to give a quick shout out and a big thanks to StreamYard. StreamYard is the studio home of the J&J Talk Show. The J&J Talk Show uses StreamYard. It's a nice, simple, easy application to use on streaming services. Create your podcast, YouTube videos, even for business meetings, whatever you want. StreamYard is a place to go ahead. Head on over to StreamYard.com. Start making your dreams a reality. Also, let's give a quick shout out and thanks to Placeit.net. Placeit creates all of the J Talk Show logos. Placeit's by Envato. Head on over to Placeit.net to start your free trial today. Also by Canva. Our little commercial breaks that you see in between segments is used Canva. Canva.net. Really a lot of great platforms that you go from there. Also, last but not least, Stream Elements. Or Stream Elements. Well, there's two more things. I'm sorry. I'm 8:30 in the morning. Don't kill me. Stream Elements. Stream Elements is a simple platform that uses that you could create your merchandise and sell your merchandise. Head on over to streamelements.com. It's really simple. They give you a platform. They give you a handful of items that they make. All you got to do is upload your items or your whatever you want to sell, right? Your logos onto clothing items. Hit submit, publish them, and they create the domain. They create the store. They sell the stuff. They deliver directly from that website, and then they'll send you the profit. Easy way to go. StreamElements.com for more information. Last but not least, Epic Demic Sound. Discover your world-class artists, bands, and composers. Create the perfect soundtrack for your social media, and give your social media accounts the music they deserve. Gosh, I don't have my paper in front of me today, so we have been. I'm kind of AWOL and booking this. Anyways, we got 2 hours for you, big because we got Trey in the studio. So let's get right down to it. Another episode of the J&J Talk Show starts now. What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Welcome here on a Saturday, early morning Saturday. We got a busy schedule for you today. 2 hours taking you up till 10:30. Oh man, and I think everyone is exhausted and tired. Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today?
I'm sleepy.
Tired,
Hey.
sleepy, hungry.
Well, I think we're telling this in the pre-conversations that we're having. Listen, it's really we're grinding through, right? We're trying to get through. Obviously, the J&J Talk Show is moving, is changing throughout the uh coming into the new year. We'll all be doing nighttime episodes, but we got a busy day today, to say the least, right? I mean, we got the show for 2 hours. We got a busy weekend. The show's going on for 2 hours. We got Trey. You got a family Christmas party coming up later on today. I got NWF to attend to tonight. Yes, NWF wrestling. That's tonight. We got Sunday football. We got Saturday and Sunday NFL football. We'll get down into that. And then we also, I want to go see that new Spider-Man No Way Home tomorrow night, which is going to be amazing after work. So, um, Yeah, we're kind of grinding through the weekend. It's been busy. Get this early and out of the way with, so we're not trying to catch up and run late. And then we got just a handful more of episodes. You think about it: next Tuesday, next Thursday, next Sunday, right? And then
Yep.
the following Tuesday, the following Thursday, and then it's the beginning of the year, and it starts our TNC brand. So it's five more episodes, you guys, before we decide to before we change things up and make things more exciting. We got a couple of games coming out. Talking about the brand, we're gonna try to, and when I say we mean Trey, is to get Courtney on here
Yes.
next Sunday night to kind of go demonstrate how this the Jake versus Courtney musical trivia game is gonna work and explain the rules and everything. So that's going to come next Saturday, December 26th, right here, along with the top 10 moments and kind of reflecting back on everything and how everything went throughout the year. Um, but that's going to be exciting, huh? Yeah, next
Very
Sunday night,
exciting.
it's going to be fun to say the least. All right, well, so oh gosh, where do we begin? Well, I got this idea. I have a list. Yes, I make a list in my notes of kind of how the show is going to kind of run down here.
Right.
So let's kind of
Yeah.
get right into it. And the first thing we're going to address is kind of stay in categories and move over talking about wrestling later on in the program. Thursday night football. I know we talked a lot about Thursday night football, Chiefs
Yeah.
and Chargers, and what an epic game. Not only it was a primetime game that is something that we haven't seen in quite some time, right? And how important, how crucial this game was, but also, because the winner most likely had a huge upper advantage in the AFC West.
Hmm.
And you have the Chargers who beat the Chiefs earlier this year. If they would have won, they would have surpassed them, being them 2-0, and then they would have held first place, big advantage. And if the Chiefs won, then they had two games. Um, really, a lot of injuries. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Donald. Is it Parham? Donald Parham Jr., who
Yeah,
got
that was.
his lights ringed out of him early on in the game. Um, and then Keenan Allen looked a little scary towards that game too, where he almost twisted his ankle and his foot got caught on the turf and looked pretty bad. But other than maybe the Arizona Cardinals and Packers game earlier this year, this was honestly one of the funnest Thursday night football games to
Definitely.
talk about,
I agree.
or at least to watch. I mean, I haven't tuned into any other Thursday night football game besides this one.
I mean, this was a lot of fun game. I mean, especially when it comes to both teams, going at it, and it was definitely a great one, so to speak.
And I wasn't doing nothing on Thursday night, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just turn it on. And I was actually messaging Justin up there, and it was back to back turnovers, and I just all out enjoyed that game.
Yeah, with huge implemental stages on this, I was definitely excited. The thing is I'm not necessarily a Chargers fan. But when you start looking at the end of the season and the key elements games, there's still a lot of games heading into this weekend that are very important to the playoff standing. Most teams are still involved. Um, but overall, though, I loved the Thursday night football. Like I said, I haven't watched it. Usually watch Thursday night football until I watched this one. It really kept me entertained on a Thursday night. We had a great impact AEW Dynamite right on
Hmm.
Wednesday with Hangman Adam Page. We'll get later on the show. We also had a great Friday night SmackDown last night, which we'll talk about also. But you find that little thing to do on a Thursday night, and this was something to talk about. We talk about, hey, what's going to come up with content on our show. Well, come at the beginning of the year, well, there won't be no Thursday night football for 10 months or 9 months. So, uh, okay. So let me ask you this. Um, put your Steelers and Bengals aside for a moment. Okay, put the biased opinion. We know how well New England plays,
Mhm.
right? They've been surprising a lot of people today. Um, but honestly, even though that the Chargers lost, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Patriots, to be honest, right now are kind of three favorites. Going almost all the way.
Yeah. Especially New England. New England's definitely been on a hot roll, so to speak. And yeah, Kansas City. Kansas City. After the game that they played, tremendous job. And I feel like LA finally stepped up to the plate compared to their last game at week 3. Looked a lot better. So I mean, it was about time for Kansas City to be able to keep winning more games, keep winning more divisional games, for them to be able to be in the lead of the AFC West, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And overall, Mahomes, even though he had a couple of turnovers here and there, he finally stepped it up. Kels did a great job. I mean, with the game-winning touchdown. I mean, what more can you ask for to be able to represent the Kansas City Chiefs? I mean, with a great spot to be able to become the number one team in the AFC potentially.
I'm tired.
Oh,
I don't know what to say about it.
Oh my!
What a great way to
This
start
is
this up.
More coffee.
Listen, just
More
think
coffee.
about it. It's a one-time thing, and not doing it on a daily day basis. Oh gosh, good thing. I mean, I think we originally scheduled for having us to do a 10 to noon. I still think that's way too early for you, Trey. But thank goodness we're doing from 10 to midnight from moving forward. But all right, well, listen. I mean, we have a handful of games coming up. We got Saturday
Mhm.
in the NFL football for the next 2 weeks, which is exciting. We have ourselves um, some issues coming into this week's football. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
this week because we have COVID kind of suppressing people, right? And I have a lot more to kind of give you on that. So let's step away and let's get our heads together. All right, let's drink that extra coffee. Throw some water on your face, burn yourself maybe on the stove just to wake your ass up. And stay tuned, and we'll come back with more content right here on the J&J Talk
By
Show.
the way, Jake, cue the commercial.
Yeah, yeah. You sure did. You're being kind of quiet. That's just, remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
What the heck's going on?
Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's try this again.
The crickets.
On the shore with the bed bugs.
Summer of '78. Carlo, Silvio, Frankie Napoli.
Place up the beach.
Yeah.
Sonny Prince from the Bronx rented it. That's where that hippie kid mysteriously drowned during that party.
Hey, Tony. You okay?
Hot tea.
Yeah, yeah. You're kind of quiet. That's because, remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
I got you.
You guys
I
heard
got
that
you
this
now.
time, right?
Yes.
You got it, right? You understand
Yes.
what I'm trying to get at, right?
Yes.
We're coming up
Yes.
here at the end of the year, and next Saturday, Sunday, we're gonna be taking a look back on. You gotta think about it. We're gonna be taking a look back on the top tens, the matches of the years, pay-per-views of the years, and stuff like that. And it's just it's a soundbite. You know what movie this is from?
No.
I wouldn't
You guys
say The Godfather, wouldn't it?
No,
That's what I thought.
no, it's not The Godfather.
I know. Melissa tried. So.
All right, let me play this one more time. You guys listen. Tell me what movie this is. If you guys have to see this movie. If you guys haven't, I don't know. You guys have been living underneath the rock.
We get some more champagne, please.
Hey, remember that yokel at the feast mounted off to your cousin?
This maniac threw a vat of hot oil right from the Zeppelin stand on his bush.
Oh my God.
Powdered sugar, he would have been done. And Tom, remember when we all rented that house down the shore with the bed bugs?
Summer of '78. Carlo, Silvio, Frankie Napoli.
Place up the beach.
Yeah.
Sonny Spence from the Bronx rented it. That's where that hippie kid mysteriously drowned during that party.
Hey, Tony. You okay?
Yeah, yeah. You sure did. You're being kind of quiet. That's because, remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
All right. Any
I
ideas?
don't know
Come
what
on.
that's from.
I got. Oh my god.
I don't watch very many movies, so I'm excused from this conversation.
You know who Tony is? You know, hey, Big Tony, what's going on,
Oh,
man?
Sopranos.
The
Sopranos.
Sopranos. Yay, we got a
Sopranos.
Never heard
winner.
it. Never heard of it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? We're
Sopranos.
living inside a shell here. That's an old classic. It's still a classic.
Never
What
heard
am I
of
gonna
it.
do with this guy? Never heard.
What?
Never heard of it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start. Okay,
Bro.
so while we have a game for Jake and Courtney, I got a game for you, Trey. We're gonna do movies that you never heard of. Please tell me you've heard of the Apple Dumpling Gang.
No.
Oh,
Whoa, my God.
You know
have
what's
you heard of Mr.
ridiculous?
Limpet? Huh?
No. You know what's ridiculous is I'm older than both of you, and I still don't know it.
You haven't lived yet, man. Oh my!
You haven't lived life yet, man.
I have to start
But the thing is, though, is that when it comes to Trey, he even though he's the oldest, he's the shortest out of the three of us.
I think the oldest movie I've ever watched was The Blues Brothers.
Not even. That's not even old.
No, not nowhere
I
near
think that's
old.
the oldest movie I've ever
Oh my
seen.
goodness. We're gonna have movie time with Trey. We gotta get him caught up on all the
Hold on, I got a question. Since you're seeing the new Spider-Man movie tomorrow, have you even watched any of the old Spider-Man movies?
So I am seeing the new Spider-Man movie. He's not.
Yeah, I know.
He is
I'm saying,
too.
has he ever
Yes,
watched any of the old?
Oh, I don't know.
Me.
Yeah, have you watched any?
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched some of them, but I can't tell you what the names of them are or anything.
You know who Tom Holland is?
Spider-Man.
Do you know who Tobey Maguire is?
No.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man.
I heard a spoiler. Okay, I'm gonna do spoiler. I heard a little birdie said that he's going to be in. He has some sort of role in tomorrow in the film.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. The
Oh,
only thing I
man.
really hope that they do is that they didn't. I went to go see Venom a couple months ago with Justin, and the only thing I hope we could do is get a chance to see. They can hopefully, what do they call it? Hydroglyphic, whatever. Stan Lee. They got to get Stan Lee in there somehow. Hopefully they do. I think they will, but I mean,
That's not
because that was the whole
possible.
thing. Yes, it is.
I
They've
know.
done that.
I mean, yeah,
They've
they
done that
have.
before.
Yeah.
They just got to basically cut snips and you reuse old audio. I mean, they did that to Paul Bearer. Remember, Paul Bearer was standing at the ring in 2020 at Survivor Series when the Undertaker was doing his retirement speech and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Gosh,
no
you're
disrespect
killing it
to
this
you.
morning, Trey.
No disrespect to any of you, but I'm not into superhero movies.
I'm not into superhero movies, but it's Spider-Man. Like it's Spider-Man.
I'm not
Spider-Man.
into that stuff.
Bro.
The only
lives in-
superhero I believe in is Ricochet.
Oh my gosh. Who's next? Neville?
Hulkamania.
Stardust? Who's next? Stardust? Neville?
Yep.
Anyways,
Oh
hey,
my
while
God.
we're doing this, I forgot. Let's wish a happy belated birthday to Courtney, whose birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday. Hold on. We have to do this right, okay? All right, ready?
Don't play a song. Please don't play a song.
Hold on. I'm actually gonna get her to tune in. Hold on, just babe. Tune in right now. Yep.
Hurry up.
Hurry up.
I'm
Just
covering
like
NFL
5
COVID
seconds.
stuff. It's a little longer than that, I think, right?
Yeah,
Is she tuned in yet?
she's trying.
I get like that delay. She's slow. She's slow.
Are you
Why
tuned in?
y'all
Hey, also, how was your racing last night, by the way? You
It
called
was
that
good.
last
I
night or
think
no?
she's in now.
Yeah, I did. I called it by myself. It was my first time calling an F1 race, and it was
Yeah.
really interesting, so to speak. So
You better
said you
hurry
got
up
one
before
tomorrow
she
night as well.
she leaves.
no, there ain't no
Oh my
race tomorrow
God.
night, thankfully. So I'm off the hook.
All right. Well, hey, Courtney, this is for you, okay? Happy belated birthday.
I'm sure she's loving this.
Yes, there's more to the song, apparently. Courtney, we want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. And hopefully
Happy
everything
birthday.
you wanted was done yesterday. And you enjoy your weekend. And hopefully Trey was not a pain in the ass to you yesterday or today. out of respect of your birthday. Happy birthday, Courtney.
It's actually the other way around.
Hey, she deserves to be a pain in the ass to you once in a while.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that one
That's
part.
every day.
Take a bow. Take a bow.
Hey, this
Happy
better
birthday,
happen for
Courtney.
my birthday.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Coming to talking about birthdays, I know we're off the subject, but NWF star Riley Matthews' birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
Head on over to Facebook to Riley Matthews and wish her a happy birthday.
Happy
She's turning
birthday.
19. Gosh. See,
Happy
young
birthday.
talent. She's going to make it big. I know that for a fact.
Right.
I mean, she has that type of character that just like it's all natural. It's like you don't got to force it. You know how like certain athletes they got to force their character. They got to force the in-ring abilities and stuff like that. It comes natural. It looks like it comes natural when she's in the ring. Saw a couple of NWF matches that she's had a Bone Crusher. Anyways, all right. So let's get back on the topic. I think we spent enough out of normality. All right. So today's this weekend, NFL is having a big impact. The rise of COVID cases, which is the key highlight, key point up of this weekend in the NFL. See, here's what's confusing. There's several teams dealing with a lot of COVID. NFL, this is what's unknown. NFL is still allowing players that have gotten tested positive for COVID. If they've gotten vaccinated and they tested positive for COVID this week, as long as they could produce one negative test before game day, they are being granted to play, which is kind of usually you have to get two consecutive. The NFL is allowing one. But this is crazy. You got like the Cleveland Browns, you got the LA Rams, the Chicago Bears. Some updates here. So a couple games got postponed. Today, the Raiders and the Browns were supposed to play. That game's getting postponed to 5 p.m. on Monday night, along with the Monday night game between the Vikings and the Bears. We also have the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles being postponed, as well as the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams to Tuesday, one at 5, one at 7. Here's the thing. I mean, I guess, like when you look at the Browns, one of the players on the Browns is Baker Mayfield, and he's not really too happy about it because now certain teams are upping testing. And he's like, well, how come other teams aren't upping testing? I mean, people are starting to get frustrated. I mean, I think the Browns just had to sign Nick Mullins for a quarterback because Mayfield is questionable. He's vaccinated. So as long as by Monday he could provide a negative test, then he's able to play. But we don't know. It's uncertain. That's the whole thing that's messed up with that. The Raiders, I mean, there's teams that like the Raiders that are claiming that, hey, you postpone this game back to Sunday, we have a disadvantage. Right? I mean, you got you have the Rams have 25 players out. 25 players out because of COVID for the Rams. It's like a whole football team. There's 53 players on a team. About half of them are out. Oh my God. I mean, here's a more interesting part of this. The Bears, 6 players are out for the Bears. All 3 coordinators are out.
Wow.
All 3, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and the special teams coordinator. Does that mean Matt Nay is going to be doing I can see him wearing 3 headphones, running back up and down the field. Oh, no, this is a special team.
Oh, man.
So I've got a question. I don't know if you guys can answer this, but there has been no COVID cases with the Bengals. What are they doing to keep themselves safe from this compared to other teams?
What do you think of? I know the cases have spiked in California, definitely. But, I mean, I think Baker Mayfield went to, like, a charity program, like, the day before he got tested. and for kids. I think it was doing something for the holidays for kids, and I really don't know. I mean, I know it's spreading, around. I really can't tell you. Do you know anything about this, Jake?
Uh, as far as the Bengals or any other team that has not had these COVID issues, and my apologies because I sound under the weather, um, doing just simply what the guidelines been telling us. I mean, stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, and that's my only way because I think the players are starting to realize how bad the COVID cases are rising up, and they're trying to be able to take all the protocols. And I'm not the one that usually talks about COVID, but yeah, it's starting to get more as a serious threat when this whole pandemic first
Hmm.
started.
Well, I
Right.
mean, we gotta like. It's interesting because, like, California, New York. I know, like, in NHL, the Canadians, they have the Montreal Canadiens. They had their first game earlier this week. That was in front of no crowd. So as we see COVID spikes rise, teams or cities and areas are starting to get more precautious about limiting fans, and it sucks because we're about to hit postseason. You don't want this is where NFL teams make their money at this time of year. But yet, I guess my question to both of you, and I'll let you guys both weigh in on this, is have the NFL waited too long? Should have they started a lot of this more cracking down earlier on? Like, I would assume that, hey, when Aaron Rodgers got COVID about a month ago, right, that
Yeah.
they would have been, all right, on top of this. This is winter time. It's gonna start spiking. We already start seeing it. It's time to crack down and get on everyone's case to stay healthy. Maybe you got a limit number of people at the seats, at the stadiums, or whatever the case may be. But they should have started approaching this back in November instead of waiting now. And now these teams are affected by it.
I personally feel like they should have got themselves prepared even before the month of November, just because the rumor before December was that COVID cases were going to get rising up. It was going to get worse like it was when it first started. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing the struggles of, the players, the coaches, the staff members, everyone. So I feel like the NFL should have got themselves prepared probably by at least October. At least get October to have some sort of preparation for this whole situation. And the NFL just now realized now, oh man, our players are getting COVID, are getting catch with the COVID, our staff, and yet, what are we going to do about this? NFL should have done this properly at least 2 months ago, because instead of just waiting now to realize, well, man, what are we going to do now? In my eyes, I feel like the NFL should have just had that window of opportunity to be able to take control of this whole situation. So that's on the NFL. What's happening right now is because of the NFL, in my eyes.
And my opinion is, um, no, you see all these COVID vaccine mandates. Why didn't the NFL mandate the vaccine? Make these people get the vaccines. If you don't get it, then you're not playing. No, no, here in Kentucky, you have to have your vaccine to work at the airport.
Yeah,
Uh, no, make that a mandate. If that was happening, then nobody would be being sick.
Well, let me ask you this, because you want to mandate, and I don't disagree with you mandating something for the NFL like this, and but even if you get vaccinated, it doesn't guarantee you that you're not going to get COVID. It still could come and get you, whoever you are, or whatever you do to protect yourself. But how many more players would you see sit out, and what type of money would you be drawing if you don't get to see a guy like Claymore, or AJ Green, or a Joe Burrow, or a big, let's say big, Ben Roethlisberger didn't get vaccinated. He didn't want to get vaccinated. You can't make people get vaccinated if they don't want to, but
yeah.
obviously
But
there's
the thing,
impactful. Right, but here's the thing: if you're telling me that if Joe Burrow, Joe Nixon, Chase, did not want to get vaccinated, so you didn't get vaccinated, you can't play. You're telling me that you're going to be okay with not seeing Joe Burrow, the top three guys on your offense, not playing each and every week.
I mean, if that's what has to happen, then that's what has to happen. You know, you need to take care of yourself and other people. If you don't get it, I feel like you're selfish.
See, I guess here's my problem. Here's where I kind of digress. For me, it goes back to Aaron Rodgers, how he pretended or he acted like he got vaccinated when he said he just was immune to it, and then he gets COVID, and throughout this entire time, he wasn't wearing a mask, he wasn't taking the NFL protocols around his teammates throughout the games. And then just imagine how many people impacted this. I mean, we just had what's his name? I don't know the guy's name who got in trouble for faking COVID cards.
Antonio Brown.
I mean, these guys are
That's
faking.
ridiculous.
And that's ridiculous. How in the world does the NFL allow that to happen or allow that to get by them?
And that's
Plain and
why they're
simple.
suspended.
And plain and simple, I mean, he's Antonio Brown. He's Antonio the Clown Brown for a reason. That's
Right.
how.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try to say, "Hey, you got to have it's mandated. You have to get the vaccine." But if you're not gonna get the vaccine, you need to do what you need to do that NFL provides. Not just the NFL, but your local community. You need to be making sure you take every step to make sure that you're following certain protocol. For NFL, getting tested every day, wearing a mask, even if you're in public, doesn't matter where you are. I don't care if you believe it or not. Just taking those proper necessary steps if you don't want to get vaccinated and follow some simple guidelines. I mean, the analogy was back in 2020. Hey, Kane wore a mask all those years. Rey Mysterio wears a mask while he's wrestling. Star Rider wears a mask while he's wrestling. They cover his nose. They cover his face, right? Sin Cara, the Lucha Bros. They all wear a mask. And how come we can't wear a mask for, just going in and out of stores?
I mean, it sucks.
I always now, like, I'm vaccinated. I'm going to go get my booster shot here in a couple of weeks, right? Okay. I'm just sharing the personal side of things because I got to do what I got to, take care of medical, health wise, whatever the case may be. Even because I'm vaccinated, I at least have a mask with me. And if I feel the situation is redeemed to have a mask, because I know certain stores say, hey, masks are now required, but we're not, but yet again, they're not really forcing it, right?
Yeah.
You go walk to your local Kroger shop, the one closest to us, they have it plastered up on the wall. Hey, it's required even if you're vaccinated, but they don't enforce it. But I will keep that mask with me in my pocket, and if I need to pull it out, I'll pull it out. It's all about understanding where you're at, what position you're at, and doing what the right thing is at the end of the day. And you take a look at an area like the Chargers, like the Rams, 26 players out. I mean, you're right next to the postseason. This is the other thing. You're right next to the postseason, and you're looking to, if you're looking to contend to the postseason, not only that, NFL is going to be forced the hand to start making certain actions come January during the postseason if they can't get this under control for the organizations. I mean, that means no fans in the arena or at the stadiums, right? I mean, we don't want any of that. You're seeing a lot of like right now, wrestling is going through that area. Like they can't go to California, they can't go to New York because the regulations are starting to hype up again. I mean, I don't want to see another lockdown. I really feel like we knew that we were going to face another year of this, and it was going to be almost as devastating as it was last year. We should have been a little bit more prepared going into this holiday season, what was at risk. And we should have been taking necessary precautions, especially these sports teams like NFL, NBA. I mean, who is it? Kawhi Leonard? Or
Leonard,
that got COVID? That got COVID also?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard.
I don't know. I'm just
you figured NFL players, they make millions of dollars. You figured that they would do everything they could to keep themselves healthy so they can make that millions of dollars. It's ridiculous how people, especially NFL, make and getting these fat paychecks don't take care of
Right.
themselves.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
you kind of even think about it's not just the NFL players' fault. It's also these franchises that are trying to take the shortcuts because of whatever they want to do. It's also the NFL, Roger Goodell, not holding accountability to these teams if NFL has protocols in place. So, I mean, obviously, I think at the end of the day, you can't stop whether or not you get COVID or not. It's going to happen. Even if you're
Right.
vaccinated, even if you put yourself in a bubble, you're going to get COVID if COVID wants to come to you. It's all
no,
about what you do to take care of yourself. And I don't see these players taking enough action.
nope. That's I don't know.
Well, shoot, man. Oh, man. It's a Saturday morning. I know it's early, you guys. We got
I
2 hours for you guys. Happy birthday, Courtney, yesterday. Happy birthday, Riley Matthews, too, early, because we won't be on here to talk about birthdays. Hey, also, you know whose birthday it was earlier this week? Trey talked to me about this. I know we're going to honor him next Sunday, but happy birthday to a late and great Brody Lee. Birthday on December 16th. Although he unfortunately left us, the nation, the world, December 26th. So we will
One of my
honor his
favorites.
we will honor his life next Sunday, December 26th episode. Hey,
I'm gonna have
listen,
to-
talking about that. Hey, Urban Myers is out of a job, obviously. Who's going to replace the Jaguars? Also, some other head coaching news breaking down to you right here on the J&J Talk Show. right, we got to get us pumped up and get going, you guys. I know everyone's under the weather, everyone's tired. Come on, you guys. Let's get going. Fight before the Christmas. NWF wrestling promotion tonight at the Indoor Baseball Hitting Cages Arena, whatever. I don't even know what you call it. It's in Covington. All I know that. Hey, you guys head down there. Gates open up at 6:30. Head on down there. Get your tickets. Join us. I will be down there. Yes, I'm going to rub that in. The Trey's face as much as possible because he's stuck at a Christmas party. But by the way, Trey, thank you for inviting me to your Christmas party today. I appreciate that.
It's
Also-
going to be kind of hard for you to go to NWF and I handcuff you to a table.
Lucky. Hey, while we're doing this, let's also give a quick shout out to Kentucky Woodworks. All right, Kentucky Woodworks available on Facebook. Check them out. Make some great ornaments and other personal designs. When you head over to Kentucky Woodworks on Facebook, if you order 10 ornaments or more, you can save $5 by using promo code J&J Talk Show. So order now. It's holiday season. Talk about holiday season. All right. We got the J&J Talk Show's merchandise available on streamelements.com. Head on over to merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show and start wearing your fan gear today. What about that? That's all said and done. Hey, let's pop this up. Kentucky Woodworks. Troy gave this to me last Saturday.
Does it still smell good?
It still smells amazing. Has a Jay and Trey podcast for next year. I love it. I love it, you guys. Thank you, Kentucky Woodworks, for what you do. There we go. All right. Hey, did that wake you guys up a little bit or what?
Yeah, I actually have to go pick up another ornament because I messed up my grandma's order and I had to reorder because so I have to go pick it up. I was supposed to pick it up yesterday, but of course it rained. So
hey, Trey, before we get into some Urban Meyer and Jacksonville Jaguars stories here, NWF wrestling tonight. What's the stipulation for Juice versus Titan? Yeah, I mean, you broke this out to me yesterday. I didn't really pay attention, but
so if Juice loses, he is out of NWF for 90 days. And if he loses,
is there anything
riot.
Is there anything that Titan is putting on the line as of tomorrow?
I don't think so. It's just Juice.
Oh my God. I am gonna go flip shit's crazy about this.
And if anybody doesn't, I know most of you don't know who Titan is, but Titan wears this mask. So when Titan wears this mask, he is an unbeatable person. But when most of the wrestlers try to, beat him down and take it off, because then he gets weakened. They can actually beat him up. So Juice, if he's gonna win, he's got to take that mask off.
Sorry about that. I got my girls here in the morning running around and they're just waking up, coming out here. I'm like, get back in the room. Get back in the room. I'm doing a show. So don't put that kid over here. But yeah, no, it's gonna be an amazing, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully he wins. I mean, listen. I mean, I like that kind of character, though. I mean, yeah, you had this mask. It's kind of like that demon, in the most part. All right. So listen, Urban Meyers was canned back on Thursday, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the who is up and running. A couple of names came across yesterday. Who's up and running as the new head coach for the Jaguars? think, Jake, this might be on your cup of tea here. Doug Peterson and Josh McDaniels come to a bell. Obviously, I don't know what they're going to do for the rest of the season, but moving forward, they don't seem like bad candidates, do they?
Not really. I mean, if you think about the coaching job for the Jaguars, I mean, they seem to be two really good candidates for that position. And I mean, anything but over Meyer. I mean, I know they might have. I wouldn't say a lot of shoes to fill, considering what Urban Meyer has done with the Jaguars. So I think one of these two coaches could be able to turn this team around. And with all the drama, with everything that happened, I mean, they definitely they deserve a better head coach than what they got this year. Lawrence, I mean, James Robinson, everyone deserves a better head coach this year.
Yeah, it's I'm very disappointed in Urban Myers. Obviously, this is a track record that he's just been building up. It seems like every few months. You think about it, the Jaguars just signed him back in February of this year. He hasn't lasted a year.
No.
And honestly, one of the most embarrassing head coaching positions from Urban Meyer. I'm not a big fan of Urban Meyer himself. I used to be okay. I mean, his success out in college was definitely not something not to pass on. But when he finally gets the call up to the NFL and he does this type of stunts, oh my God, I can't. This is just not. This is just terrible.
Okay.
I just, like I said, Doug Peterson, Josh McDaniels. I think that Josh McDaniel works well. Maybe.
I agree.
Probably my favorite. But you know what? Whoever decides to go, I hope that this is a new light for Trevor Lawrence, for the Jaguars. Maybe hopefully they perform well. It's going to be interesting to see if the Jaguars, I mean, okay, because of Urban Myers getting fired this week, Jaguars now have a favorite in their game this Sunday.
Against the Texans. Wow.
I guess they actually are now favored to win the game because of Urban Myers' release.
Well, I was going to say, you talked about Trevor Lawrence, and I do want to say this. Not too many people can see what he's done to handle this. He was professional about it, handling this whole situation amazing. If you guys looked at the press conference they made, I mean, he was asked about the whole situation. He actually handled it like a profession, and thanked Urban Meyer for getting him drafted. I mean, thanked him for being a football coach, and he does wish him the very best. And it's not often you really see that, especially what type of person Urban Meyer is right now. I mean, at least Lawrence tries to be able to have some sort of light in all the situation. I mean, you can say that he's one of the individuals that's willing to handle this in a really well-mannered way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, even with considering, because I used to have to, or let me put it this way, I used to put a lot of the Jaguars' fault and blame on Lawrence, and because of the Urban Meyer situation, I'm just like, okay, well, it's not Urban Meyer's fault. It's not all Trevor Lawrence's fault. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's I put a lot of the Jacksonville Jaguars blame on the rookie quarterback Lawrence. Okay, everyone propped him up as being this great quarterback, and obviously he's not this great quarterback. And I kept on putting the blame on him, and it's just hopefully the rest of the season we could see something positive come out of Jacksonville. Definitely. It's upsetting, but definitely great. This is what you need out of a quarterback, out of a franchise quarterback. You need him not to lose his cool. You need him to stay calm and collective and organized. Hey, talking about head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about the new head coach that was signed this week?
For who?
From Jackson State College Football.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders gets signed.
Yeah, let's go.
So Troy doesn't even know the story behind this. The reason why he signed with Jackson State is because Florida didn't give him a coaching position.
Nope.
So he signed as head coach. All Deion Sanders was wanting a coaching position with Florida.
Mhm.
was rejected, declined. So he goes and gets this head coach spot for Jackson State, and now he's doing so much. And just imagine how much this puts Jackson State on the map because
And
now
now,
everyone wants to go play for Deion Sanders.
and not with that, but yet the number one recruit
Go get
right
cereal.
now, instead of going to Florida State University, instead of going to Georgia, he's odds with
Right.
Jackson State. Like,
Yes.
I mean, what more can you ask for? And Deion, and there's all the speculation that they paid him. Deion Sanders said they did not pay him. They did not pay him. It was his decision. It was his decision to throw that Florida State hat. It was his decision to throw that Georgia hat and put on the Jackson State shirt.
He
And
did it
nobody
in
didn't
such
expect
fashion.
this. He
He did
did,
this.
and it was
Yeah.
awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
loved
No.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, just imagine. I mean, Trey, if you got it, if you're a high school kid now, Trey, you get a chance to go play for a guy like Deion Sanders, who's already now giving back to the community. Definitely he has a gripe because Florida has rejected him. He wants he's giving back. He wants to prove that he's a better team, that he's a good head coach. And now there's just motivation. I want to play for Deion Sanders, and I'm not even a player. I'm far from a player.
I'm not even a staff member, and I want to be around Deion Sanders. That goes to show how much Deion Sanders could be able to mean to Jackson State, and to have the recruits. I mean, what more can you ask for? I think we will definitely see Jackson State under the radar come next season.
Trey, do you have anything to weigh into this?
Oh.
Oh my god.
He's just shaking his little bobblehead like, nope, nope.
Bobblehead. Hey, bobblehead. Oh, 1, 2, 3, bobble. Bobble,
all I
bobble,
could say
bobble,
is
bobble.
all I could say is go UK.
Well, all
I
right.
agree.
So we're talking about Jackson's. We're talking about Jackson State and Deion Sanders signing as a head coach, and the reason why I say that is because bowl games begin this weekend. Last night we had a couple of bowl games already, and we've been paying attention to them. Bahamas Bowl, Middle Tennessee beat Toledo 31-24, and the Cure Bowl, Northern Illinois lost to Coastal Carolina 47-41. Coming up today, let me just kind of read you the list. We got the Boca Raton Bowl, Western Kentucky taking on App State. Independence Bowl, UAB taking on BYU. The LA Bowl, Utah State taking on Oregon State. The New Mexico Bowl, Fresno State taking on UTEP. And Landing Tree Bowl, Eastern Michigan taking on Liberty. New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana taking on Marshall. And talking about Jackson State, the Celebration Bowl, SC State taking on Jackson State. I mean, listen, I'm not all that into bowl games. There's a couple of teams that I want to follow. We talked about this on Tuesday. I wanted just to get your thoughts, Trey. I mean, I know you're not as big of a college person, but with Ohio State, Cincinnati, Kentucky playing, Louisville playing in a bowl game, are there any particular bowls that you're invested in being a local, native, or are you just AWOL college?
I don't really follow any of college. The only one I did follow is UK basketball.
Okay.
So I don't really know much about college football.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
My
let me
family
tell you this. Oh, go ahead. Say what you got to
my
say. 'Cause I wanna-
family likes three teams: Ohio State, Michigan, and UK.
Yeah.
Meanwhile for me, it's mostly like me, Virginia Tech. My mom's side of the family is WVU, and my dad's side of the family is UK. And so yeah. So
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because Trey, I talked to you about this earlier, and Jake, you're gonna have to get on board with us. But as we become 5 days a week, we're gonna start covering more local Kentucky and Cincinnati sports, and
Yeah.
they're huge about college. I mean, Xavier, Ohio State, Kentucky, Northern Kentucky, Louisiana, LSU, not LSU, Louisiana, not even Louisiana, Louisville. Sorry,
Louisville, yeah.
but college-wise, all around the board, they're huge in all sports: football, basketball, baseball. They're always a common, Xavier. So you're gonna have to do some homework because we're gonna have to talk about them a little bit.
Hey, the way I see it is, and I know Chase don't like it when I say this. See, I can cover Louisville, but at the same time, go Wildcats over the Louisville Cardinals. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
I used to watch Devin Booker play on Kentucky.
Man, he's awesome. I love Devin Booker. Playing my favorite team right now with the Phoenix Suns with CP3.
Stein.
Didn't Anthony Davis play for Kentucky as well? Anthony
Yes.
Davis who plays for Lakers. That's what I thought. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. As we're talking about basketball, I got two stories in the NBA that's going on. I want to cover really fast. I know we're talking some NBA here on the J&J Talk Show. And before we get into wrestling, I want to bring that up. We're gonna go ahead and get to that next, coming up here on the J&J Talk Show.
One step forward, two steps backwards, yeah. Immature lover who don't use
All right, let's get this shit right.
How was your taco, Jake?
Oh, it was very good. It was the Doritos taco.
Was that today's or yesterday's?
That was yesterday's. I put in the fridge and I heated it up.
God. Nothing like having a taco at 9:30 in the morning.
Well, I mean, Trey, you're waiting until the party. My blood sugar tells me I have to eat something, so I had to eat something, or else I'm trying to wait for the party. Also, God,
I can't wait to have
I'm
my
looking up.
barbecue weenies.
You're what?
I'm making barbecue cocktail weenies.
Oh, okay. We'll have to try all that. I know the girls are excited to go
Yes.
there.
I think I told Justin that right after I get done with the show, I'm gonna have me some cinnamon toast crunch toaster strudels that I found at Walmart yesterday. So that should be really good.
Jake, have you ever had a cocktail weenie?
Yeah, yeah. I've had cocktail weenies. I've had homemade barbecue meatballs. I mean, I have all kinds of good stuff.
All right, you guys ready for this?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Because there's some wrestling we still have to get to. Definitely, because I know
Yes.
Trey wants to weigh into some stuff. But let's get
I
to
guess.
this one here first. All right, I got two stories coming from the NBA. One is okay, so we talk about memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excuse me for a second. I gotta hold on.
Come on,
Oh,
get your
Excuse
stuff.
Bless
me.
you.
Sorry,
Justin.
I had a sneeze. I can't shoot.
I didn't expect the
Oh.
camera to be on me. But I was like, wait, what was I supposed to say?
Well, I would have just took myself here.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
So it looks like we actually have the Jay and Trey show now. So Justin's out of the picture. We talked about two NBA stories, and I
I
think
don't
you
know
want
what
to
the
talk about
stories
We
are.
didn't even talk about the two NBA stories yet.
I was getting ready. I was saying it was one of them Isaiah Thomas.
We are allergic. That's what it is. You're not feeling good, Jake. Trey said we should ban waking up so damn early. We are allergic to wake for doing a show at 8:00 in the morning.
I was gonna say I can't help the weather is changing, and I'm a little bit under the weather. So my apologies, ladies
It's
and gentlemen.
so bad. It's like 60 and then drops down to 30 and then it's like jumps back
It's
up to
bipolar.
60. Oh my God. All right.
I think
NBA stories here. I got two stories for you guys I think we should talk about. You guys like memorabilia, right? You guys like collecting things. Well,
Yeah.
there was a story that broke out back on Thursday in the MLB. A ticket stub for Michael Jordan's NBA debut sold a record amount for how much? How much do you guys think? The ticket stub for Michael Jordan's debut.
I'm gonna
If
say
someone, how much do you think it sold for?
I'm gonna say 1.7 million.
I'm gonna say 4.5 million.
Oh
You
shoot!
guys, what the fuck are you guys talking about? $1 million for a ticket stub?
Oh,
Yeah, Michael
no,
Jackson.
never mind. No.
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson?
No,
Michael Jordan is one of the
no.
I
best
didn't know Michael
basketball
Jackson.
players of all
I didn't
time.
know
Okay,
Michael Jackson.
okay,
For a ticket
1.5
stub,
thousand.
though? For a ticket stub?
Yes.
Yeah,
$1 million for a ticket stub.
you're
Not
talking about Michael Jordan, one of the greatest of all time.
Well, a ticket stub. All right.
$1,000.
So,
$1,000.
report thing. You guys ain't even. I mean, okay. Jake's a little closer on the second one, but a ticket stub for Michael Jordan's NBA debut sold a record amount for a sports ticket of $264,000. It is now holding the record of a most for a ticket stub held in sports. It was the October 28, 1984 Chicago Bulls versus Washington Bullets. That's crazy though. Just 280. Who's going to spend 260? Yes, I'm going to have it in my office as it's all it comes in, it comes in a case and whatnot, but it's like you spent 200. I mean, you have a little ticket stub in your office worth $264,000.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
that's crazy. I'm
gonna say you'd be surprised how much people will pay on a ticket or a Pokemon card, for example. So I mean,
I can't. I thought that was just crazy. Something interesting to talk about. Also, NBA. Let's take a look back. I remember when is the lowest form of conversation. right? We've established that this morning when you guys were still asleep. But if you
Mm-hmm.
guys didn't hear that out, we had Stephen Curry breaking Ray Allen's NBA record back on Tuesday for career 3-pointers in Golden State win 105-96 against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. He hit 2,974 with 333 mark in the first quarter.
And what was really cool about it was that at the end of it, you had Reggie Miller and Ray Allen coming out to celebrate, holding up their individual jerseys, celebrating with Curry on this huge accomplishment. And it's crazy to think that Curry passed Ray Allen's record, and he's extending more of that. So I mean, pretty much, even though he passed it, he's still going to end up shooting threes like it ain't nothing throughout the remainder of this season. So I definitely want to say congratulations to Curry on such a huge accomplishment to be able to pass a record such as this one against an amazing, legendary basketball player like Ray Allen as well.
Congratulations to him. Keep on shooting them threes.
Oh my fucking god, Trey, you.
We need to get you into basketball.
I'm not even into basketball, and I know more about this here. Come on, Trey, you gotta give a little bit here. Listen. Here's my thing with Steve Kerr. Now he's going out claiming that he's he's probably the ultimate greatest 3-point shooters of all time. You think about this, he's only in his late 20s.
Possibly, yeah. An hour might be.
He surpassed
his
Ray Allen a lot quicker than Ray Allen could put up those numbers. He's still going. He has another solid 5, almost 10 years left on his career in the NBA. As long as he keeps going where he's going at, he's going to set a record that no one else. I mean, unless someone's going to come in and shoot every 3-pointer, there's really no one else that's going to be able to come to his record. And
no.
It's kind of like when Randy Orton surpasses the amount of matches on Raw right now in WWE, no one's going to be able to surpass that.
No,
Right.
absolutely not. And you also got to think about this. So Curry can pretty much say he's one of the greatest 3-point shooters there is, along with Allen, along with Reggie Miller, along with Larry Bird. I mean, he is up there on that category because the reason why is because the man can. Like I talked about this Tuesday, the man can shoot from anywhere. He can shoot from the crowd. He can shoot probably from the scoreboard itself, and he'll still make them. I mean,
Yeah.
It goes to show how incredible he truly is, and that was a well-deserved accomplishment in my eyes.
And you know what? Most important thing is, I mean, yeah, you would wish you won it at home, in Oakland. You would wish you won it in front of your crowd, but you had it. You had the win, which he was more decorative about than surpassing that record. Also, he did it. He had it as at Madison Square Garden. So
Yeah,
I mean, breaking that record at a historical. I will love. I don't know. I mean, I've never been to New York. I would love to go to Madison Square Garden. Especially, I would love to go to a wrestling event. I mean, you think about this. How have you ever thought about this for a second? Like, okay, so you guys, I'll use baseball for an analogy. Okay, for this example, Wrigley Field and Fenway Park is the two most oldest stadiums. Just going to this stadium and sitting down is historical.
Yeah, I agree.
See that's the same stadium that Babe Ruth used to play in. That Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, you right? Jackie Robinson back in the day. So
Yeah.
just going to the stadium as a fan is already monumental as is. Going to Madison Square Garden is monumental. You think about everything that's happened, all the great fights, Muhammad Ali, you think about WrestleMania, you think about all these other great things happening at Madison Square Garden. When you talk about ultimate arenas, the Square Garden is on pretty much on top of everything else.
And plus, not only that, but either as a performer, a wrestler, or even some sort of talent that you have, the fact that you get a chance to do it at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena, we all grew up seeing how incredible the arena is, watching it on
Yeah.
TV. Just imagine being there in person. Just imagine even being outside of the building, for that matter, just to go to a concert or a sporting event, just to see Madison Square Garden. I mean, to me, it's one of my dreams. It's one of my
There's so
dreams
much
to go
history,
to
yeah.
Madison Square Garden. Because that's how incredible it is. That's how much magnitude an arena can bring you.
Right.
I
I mean,
mean-
it's already like it's like you get a trot where greatness trot.
Yeah.
People who have entertained us, whether no matter what the venue is, and it's like I mean, I would like to go because I feel like eventually it will be torn down. I mean, it's an old building.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same building that they had that they filmed Godzilla in?
I think
Remember
so,
the movie
yeah.
Godzilla? I think so. Remember the original
Yeah.
Godzilla?
Yeah, I remember the
I
OG
think they use
Godzilla.
where Godzilla's laid all the eggs and they had to go in and kill all of them and they used the subway. Please tell me you watched the movie Godzilla, Trey.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh my god. You have not
So,
seen Godzilla?
See, I'm like Jake. He has never tried food, and I don't watch movies.
So we have a new segment now. We have a new segment. We're gonna list any of the movies. We're gonna give you four movies, and we're gonna see if you watched any of them. And then if you answer one of them correctly, we will give you a cookie.
But no. Yeah, you were gonna have to give you movie trivia questions now.
Yep.
You watched gosh.
You brought this on
See-
yourself.
See, I watch two types of movies, right?
Mhm.
That is horror movies and
It is a
comedy.
horror movie. It is
It's
a
a
horror
horror
movie.
Horror movie to me is like Michael Myers, Chucky, Jason.
This is a big
Not a-
fucking
not a
monster going around
humongous-
New York City killing people.
Not a humongous freaking dinosaur. What the heck he is.
Have you watched
That's
Jurassic
not horror
Park?
to me. Yes.
Have you watched Jurassic
Oh,
Park? Have you
God.
watched Lord of the
Oh.
Rings? Have you watched The Hobbit? Have you watched Star Wars? Have you watched Star Trek?
Star Wars suck. I've watched
We're gonna have to ban you from our channel now because people probably listen. People who are fans of WWE is probably also fans of Star Wars.
Marvel, DC.
okay,
shoot.
okay.
Shoot.
I'm not
I even have
into.
I even have a DC Universe Christmas tree, for that matter.
I hate Harry Potter. Can't stand it.
Okay. So you hate it.
I
Have you?
cannot-
You've at least seen it. Have you watched all the movies or?
I'm not watching any of the movies.
How
Only
can you
one I
how
like-
can you hate something?
Have you?
not
How
watch
can you
it?
hate something if you haven't even tried it?
No,
Yes, I
like,
have.
Well, you said you
What
just haven't
one?
watched any of the movies.
which
I
one?
don't
You watched
remember.
the third one. I
and
think you watched the.
I
the
watched
third
the one. I watched the one where they were flying around trying to catch like those golden ball.
That's in every movie.
That's another movie. That's in every.
That's in every fucking movie. Which one? You
Okay,
gotta be-
hold on.
I
Let me ask
don't
you.
know.
Hold on.
flying
Let me ask him a
snitch.
question.
Come
Let me
on.
ask him a question. Let me ask you something. So, if you hate Harry Potter, does that mean have you ever even watched Lord of the Rings?
No.
Bruh!
I say that these are movies that you have to at least watch once, whether you like them or hate them. Yes. Listen, as much time as you have sitting on your ass, you have time
I'm
to
a
watch
busy,
these movies
busy
once.
man.
I have the films. I have the entire 8-film collection right here. Yes,
I
8
will
films.
literally go and get Peacock again or HBO Max just for you to watch these films.
I'd probably fall asleep.
I got you. Okay, so listen, we got you to go to NWF. We're getting you into AEW. We're gonna get you into NXT too. But
No, don't.
What is it gonna get you?
Don't make it too far.
we're getting him into NXT. We have to. But what is it gonna take to get you to at least watch movies once? Just once.
Depending on
Let
what
me
the-
say, Harry Potter. All I'm asking you, Jake. You could choose which movie, but he has to watch one movie. He's one Harry Potter, just one Harry Potter movie.
Can't. I
Hold
can't.
I'll buy you 3
Okay,
Starbucks
okay.
for the movie.
Okay, I'll give him this. Let's give him the first. What is it? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. For a start. for a start. How about that?
No, because I feel like the older ones, like the newer ones, are more entertaining, like the Deathly Hollows or
What about the Prisoner of Azkaban?
the
What
Half
about that
Blood
one?
Prince, huh?
What about the Prisoner of Azkaban? What about that one?
I like it, but I feel like it'll be too confusing for him. Like you just got to get him right into the
Yeah.
action. Like if he sees all the action right there and see how distraught it all is, like you can't do part 2. You got to
Yeah.
do like part 1 or the was it the Half
Okay.
Blood Prince. I think that would be a great one.
That would be going. Yeah, the Half Blood Prince.
Because
That would be
it's
perfectly
the
fine.
Half Blood Prince is intense from start to finish.
Yes.
There's no dead moments of it, and I think you would enjoy the Half Blood Prince. And listen, that's all you would have to watch. You wouldn't have to watch a single one. If you didn't like it, I'd say, okay, you didn't like it, but you have to watch it. Same thing. You watch Star Wars, right?
What?
Have you watched Star Wars?
No.
Quick question. Just hold on.
Go back to the J&J talk show.
Let me just ask him one thing. Have you at least seen the Avengers?
No.
I don't know. Probably not.
Have you seen Iron Man?
Spider-Man, yes.
Iron Man.
Iron Man, I don't think so. I've seen Batman.
Captain America.
I don't think so.
Have you seen Justice League?
Never even
Have you seen
heard
the
of
Joker?
Have you seen Thor?
it. No.
Have you seen Hulk?
Hawk, yes.
Okay. I got a very important question for you. Have you seen Barney?
Barney, yes.
Yeah, hallelujah. He's seen something in life.
Like I said, I like horror movies, like slasher movies, like freaking Jason, Michael, and I like comedy. I like to laugh. I'm not into no magic crap and.
Okay, hold up.
Into that stuff.
I have a suggestion for you. Okay, so you don't like superheroes, but you like comedy, right? I have one movie. I'm asking, and yet I was wondering, would you at least watch the Deadpool?
No.
No, that's too
what's that?
complicated.
What's that superhero movie that they were like puppets? What's that movie?
There was a superhero puppets.
Yes. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Justin,
let's go to break.
Go to commercial.
Team America? Is it Team America?
I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no.
All right,
So I
Trey.
don't know if you could see it. I have seen this Spider-Man. That one. I have seen that one.
So that's the first Spider-Man.
I have seen that one.
He needs to watch the second one because that was awesome too.
Hey, he saw one Spider-Man. Let's give him credit. What is
That's
it gonna take, Trey? Trey, what is it gonna take if we could give you a movie once a week or once a month, whatever? Just watch it. Put it on TikTok. I just put it on our chat. It's a TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok challenge, right?
I'm a very weird person. I stick to what I know. So let's just say if there's a new album that comes out, I'm not going to sit there and listen to that because I don't know it.
Yeah.
Until a song becomes catchy.
Right.
And
So
you're like, oh, where the fuck have I been all this time? But okay, listen to me. Hear me out, Jake. It looks like we're gonna try to get you to do an episode segment on our show where you get to try new foods. I don't know. We'll see. Right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Trey, would
But-
you be down for what once a month, once a week, whatever, trying a new movie? Just one movie. That's all. You got to. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I want you come on our show and you tell us what you thought of it. And then what you do is you on TikTok to show people that you're watching it. You do a TikTok on it. It's great content. You know that. Come on, this is gonna get us to 1,000 likes so we can do live. Then we can do movie time with Trey on TikTok where we can watch.
Hey, and the reason why I suggested Deadpool is because one, Ryan Reynolds, who's funny as hell. And
it is
plus,
funny.
I think it's funny. It's
also,
really
Ant-Man.
funny.
Ant-Man's pretty good too. I like Ant-Man. He's a little funny as well.
Paul Rudd is really good too, but I think he'll like Deadpool more because of Ryan
Deadpool.
Reynolds.
I think Deadpool will be on your
category
top page.
I don't know. I just don't like. I'm just not into.
Right, but there's more of a comedy sketch
I'm not
behind
into.
it.
I'm not into.
You said you like comedy. This is comedy for you.
Magical stuff.
This is comedy. I mean, he's literally breaking the fourth wall in the movie.
I like these movies, like for instance, The Mask.
Like grown-ups.
I like grown-ups. I like the ones where they beat each other up and stuff. I think that's hilarious.
So you like Jackass?
Like The Longest Yard. I mean, like kind of like the Adam Sandler version of The Longest Yard, which is always one of my favorites. Or Talladega Nights.
Okay, let's work this out. I mean, at least if we could get you to watch one Harry Potter. We'll work. We'll talk about bribes. Okay, what will it take? You send me your request, and we'll negotiate. Okay, my people will contact your people. How about that? Right?
You don't even have any people. Both of you all don't even have any people. You have pretty much just each other and Courtney.
What do you have, Jake? You just got your Funko Pops over there, huh?
Moving on. Hey, no. Hey, I have my 1,099 followers on TikTok, which you can become you can become 1,100 at NerdyJake520.
Well, you gotta get us at 1,000 so we could all go live. That way we could all live stream each other and do this for real.
And Monday Jake wouldn't have 1,000 followers right now if it wasn't for me.
I never went there. I never went. Well, why go there? I never.
Why go there? Why go there?
He did it all on his own.
I mean,
he's done most of them. Yes. Congratulations.
Listen, hey Trey, you chose to promote him.
I love helping people out. You know, now it's time for Jake to help.
Don't take the credit though. Don't take the credit from it.
Also,
I will definitely take the credit by sending him the link.
Hang on. Hey, and real quick, shout out to Abigail King for what they're trying to do. I know they're working their tails off to try to be able to get back to the homeless. Starting tomorrow, I'm actually going to start raising money for suicide awareness. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. So I will be going live tomorrow night on TikTok, NerdyJake520. All the gifts, all the proceeds are going to go to suicide awareness because to me that's always been a very big thing for me. So I want to be able to do something awesome as well. So make sure you guys check out
the TikTok at NerdyJake520, at NerdyJake520, at NerdyJake520. I can't say it enough. Support Jake. While you're over there, why don't you head on over to at JJ Talk Show
Yep.
on TikTok at JJ Talk Show and fucking like us so we could all go live. Trey,
I
don't
would
you
say
have over
that's a
1,000?
wholeheartedly like I wouldn't like go like us.
Yeah, like us.
I don't know if you have seen, but we are at 199
No, we're above
followers.
200. We're above 200.
Are we?
Alright.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
I checked it. We were above 200. Hey, by the way, all right. Yeah, we're at 202. Congratulations to 202.
Yeah, I went on my personal TikTok and followed
much do
some
you have?
sports fans.
How much do you
I have over 3,000.
So, see, that's the thing. Once we could get to it, once the J&J Talk Show could get to 1,000, then we can all go live and stream with you. Because I guess you can't stream. You could only stream with other live with other.
No, you
live.
can have 3 people in one live. You can.
Right, but I guess they all have to be over 1,000 followers in order to be on.
Yes, yeah.
So, and because I'm not on that, we can't, or the show is not on it. Anyways, we're talking way too much about other crap. Okay, Trey, you wanted to weigh in on Hangman Adam Page, Bryan Danielson. Here's what I want to tell you before you weigh in on this. I don't know. I think I talked to some of you guys over the week. This was a perfect match to illustrate Bryan Danielson's in-ring ability, and it also helped so much for Hangman Adam Page, what he was able to do. If you followed the match, Hangman was getting tired towards about 30 minutes. And you knew if Bryan Danielson, I think I told Trey this, I heard this on the Busted Open, and I have to agree with Bully Ray when he says this. Bryan Danielson has a 6 speed to him.
Yep.
And not many wrestlers have that 6 speed. And when I say about that is because Bryan Danielson is able to go balls to the walls from start of the match to the end of the match. Matter of fact, he had to slow down just to allow and help Hangman make it through the 60 minutes.
Yeah.
There was times in the match where he did. And if he didn't slow down, I don't know if Hangman could have lasted 60 minutes authentically with Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson has such a psychological
psychological way of
if when he wrestles in his in-ring competition, and then from his match on Wednesday when we deliver our top 10s, he's honestly in my top 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So just because the way his mechanics and how he works in the ring and how he preserves himself throughout a match like a 60-minute Iron Man match, because that's what it was. It was an Iron Man match. They went to the bell from bell to bell. And for me, I'm not even worried about the storyline moving forward. Right, we already talked about that. I'm breaking down the match. This was a phenomenal match for both people. Bryan Danielson, hey, you still have it. You took a veteran and you had him work with a young, because Hangman's still pretty young. He's still pretty new, and he carried him throughout the entire match. And I think this elevates Hangman. Hey, this is what a real champion has to go through. And I think this does wonders. I mean, compare Danielson to Punk. Punk is, listen, he's great on the mic. He does everything on the mic. Keep him out of the ring. Keep him on the mic. He'll tell a story on the mic. Danielson tells a story inside the ring.
Yeah. I do want to give my thoughts. And Trey, I know you don't like heels so much. Justin, I hope you can agree with me on this. But Bryan Danielson played such a great heel role in this match. To take his time, with every lock and hold on Hangman Page, and then whenever Hangman was trying to recover, he would go out and flip off the crowd, giving the crowd the middle finger. I mean, he did such a perfect heelish way in this match from start to finish. And how many heels can you be able to say that right now, besides Roman Reigns being the heel that he is? I'm talking about in the match, during the match, and then after the match. He's still playing that heelish role and did such a perfect job on this. And this made Hangman Page look like such a great babyface that he needs to be a champion. So from the time the bell started to the end of the match, Danielson, in my opinion, even though Hangman's the champion, was the MVP of this match from start to finish. Incredible job, incredible match from between both men.
So when was it? This was Wednesday. So I got off the games with Jake. He said he wanted to go watch some Dynamite. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing. I have nothing to do. So I tuned in to my very first live AEW show. Normally I watch highlights on YouTube. So, I started watching the match and I loved the match. It was physical. I loved how, the match was going. My only problem with the match is there was no clear winner. So, being a WWE fan, they never tell you. They never announce, hey, this match is 20 minutes long. I'm not used to there being a time limit on a match. Now you go to NWF, yes, they do. So I'm slowly starting to get used to that. But
So I
an
want to,
hour.
when it comes, I'll let you continue. I just wanted to explain this whole time limit. Time limit to a match has always been something that wrestling has took an encounter to. Okay, it dated back way in the day, and it was just to keep the show going. Because if you allow 2 men just to keep on going until the match was over, you would be there for sometimes forever. Because a lot of them got paid for the amount of time in the ring, not what they did. So that's why the time limit back in the day started. When Vince McMahon took over WWE, he kind of got rid of the time limit in order to kind of focus in on, hey, this is an authentic fight, and and it's gonna be whoever could win. They never really had to worry about this time limit. Now you do see people, hey, they go extra time. If you pay attention to these shows, I mean, yeah, if you think about it, a regular card bout is about 15 minutes. You don't see a regular match going over 15 minutes, rarely on a regular show, right? So,
Right.
I mean, that's just to explain it's always been around. It's just a lot of they just do it just to keep the show going. And hey, and I feel like for me, it kind of gives away when the finish, when the go home section is going to happen, especially when we know what the match is going to end.
See, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was to say the reason why AEW is different from other promotions is because whenever AEW first started, I mean, they came from New Japan, they came from Ring of Honor, and they had the time limit, and they wanted to be able to have that time limit the same way that they did between both Ring of Honor and New Japan, and this was set out to be a perfect example. I mean, as to go to why AEW is so different, because they want to have the time limits. They want to get the fans get excited like they did this past Wednesday. They want to be able to make these moments like they did. Now the question is, what's going to happen after this? I don't know, but yet time limits, I'm okay with that because it brings the amount of action, especially at the final parts of the match when it comes to the time limit draw.
Right. They you see it, they could stretch this out, and I think WWE or AEW, I'm sorry, AEW is stretching this out a little further because they don't necessarily have someone else in place just yet, and it could create a stipulation match. Two things I want you on this one. Reason why this match. If you're worried about about the commercial breaks, listen, you got to make money. I just think when you have such a long match like this, you kind of have to just cut in the promotional, the commercial breaks whenever you can, and that's something you can't really time for. It kind of sucked. I know a lot of people gave feedback. They sucked because right when you hit like a big, hype move, you had to cut to picture in picture. And I didn't like it, but they have to make their money in between. And what are you going to do if you have an hour and you don't know where they're going to carry you? The second thing I want to tell you is that the only thing that I found wrong with the match, and it wasn't necessarily wrong because it was very well entertaining. You got the fans' reaction, which was great, and you needed it for 60 minutes. but I felt like there was too many high points in the match. And when you're trying to go longevity, you kind of want to wait for some of your high points of the match to like you want to spread them out.
Mhm.
And like for example, when I think it was when Hangman did a moonsault or something like that to Daniel Bryan, and he rolled out of the way, and then as soon as Daniel Bryan moved, he started kicking Page in the ribs because he got
Yeah.
the wind knocked out of him.
Mhm.
Great thinking on Danielson's side, but there's
Yeah.
just way too many high points in the match. Like you thought, okay, well after this high point it's going to end, or after this high
Yeah.
point it's going to end, and they kind of just they just did a little too much. That's all I would say against it.
To me, that match, Hangman Page. I mean, he wanted to show that he was willing to put his body on the line. I mean, he put himself through a
Oh, yeah.
table whenever he thought Danielson was on the table, but instead he put himself through there. The only problem I really didn't like about the match, it wasn't even the match itself. It was the commentary. I was not a fan of the commentary because I always like when the commentators are neutral. There doesn't have to be a face. There doesn't have to be heelish commentators. I understand
Yeah.
that. I understand that. But to me, in this match, Taz should have stayed in the back. Leave it to Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. They would have called this match if it wasn't for Taz. I
Well,
did
the
not care about the commentary.
only reason why it was like that was because Jim Ross was supposed to be on Dynamite, and they didn't plan for him not being there.
Yeah. Which I'm ready for JR to come back, which I know he's working on it, and definitely get well soon, JR.
And what makes me mad about matches, they put such great matches on WWE too. Like a couple weeks ago, they had, I think it was Kevin Owens versus Seth,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
and they went a good half an hour, 45 minutes, and guess what? It ended by disqualification. Why put on such a great match and end it with a
So
DQ?
separate
That ticks
yourself
me
from
off.
WWE. Yeah, I get it. Separate yourself from AEW and WWE for a second, okay? The reason why AEW is doing this is because we discussed this before.
Hmm.
Danielson deserves to win the title. He won the tournament. Typically, if you win a tournament, you're winning a title very shortly. But he ain't beating Adam Page because he just beat. Adam Page just got done beating you know,
Omega.
Kenny Omega back at Full Gear. Uh, and he's still building up. So right now, okay, so you're asking yourselves, how is this story? How are we going to play this out? One, I don't have another heel right now available because MJF and CM Punk is going at it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Two, and everyone else is occupied. Two, I don't have Danielson is not going to win the title. So how can I make it look like Danielson could still stay a heel, but then not win a title? I love how they didn't have to use any outside interference to make this match happen. That's
Yeah.
fun because now you
Which we
keep it
talked about.
original. This
Mhm.
moves to something maybe in February at the next pay-per-view or maybe on
Revolution.
TBS. We talked about possibilities of the Young Bucks because remember the Young Bucks was Nick, right? Was it Nick
It was Matt.
gave
No, it was Matt
Matt
that
gave
gave.
Adam Page the okay to beat Kenny Omega because they came out during full gear. So maybe there's an alliance with that, We don't
Yeah.
know. It's still unclear, uncertain, but overall, I think that the way that, it's disappointing that there's no ending to it. I feel like the 60-minute match, it does get frustrating. Like we just endured 60 minutes of watching two men
Hmm.
give great
Battling out.
content and nothing happened. But at the end of this day, the storyline continues. And while we wait for the next heel to get in and get their piece of the pie here, you're gonna
Mhm.
see this Danielson and Page rivalry continue, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean that's the way I'm looking into it. We
I
got to take
just
one
think
more break. What are you guys gonna say?
I just think that there could have been a different way to finish the match.
What I think that
And still
I think
continue
what
the
you're
storyline.
frustrated about is WWE has been doing this quite often, and their storytelling behind it is crap. They are doing. I mean, WWE does where they have no disqualifications, they have no contest, right? And it's a wasted segment because they do it more often, and you're so used to seeing them do it more often. And the storytelling behind it is not necessarily the greatest. Let me tell you that, right?
Yeah.
You're so used to that, you're automatically jumping to that with AEW. AEW hardly does a no contest limit. They don't ever take it that far to a point where they can't crown a winner.
No.
And if you never seen a no contest, and this was the first time you saw one in like a year, I think you would have been more okay with it. But because you see WWE do it more often, I mean, we saw it back at when we went to Raw back in September. Big E versus Bobby, right?
Yeah.
And the steel cage match, it was 1-on-1, then steel cage and whatnot. You got frustrated with that, right?
Oh yeah.
There was no contest. It was a waste of an hour.
No. To me, I've got one thing to say. This match gave me Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Iron Man vibes to this. It kind of gave me that feel to it at the end of the match, and just incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see where the story lies, but it will continue. We know that. We got to step away for one more break, okay? So you guys stick tuned. When we come back, we'll wrap up our show, taking you for 2 hours right here on the J&J Talk Show, okay?
Are you a special counsel? Or are you an advocate? I'm protecting you from Brock Lesnar.
Alrighty. That was the way to end Friday Night SmackDown last night, where Paul Heyman has really. I mean, you kind of seen him turning. He's kind of been his own person, kind
Hmm.
of stuck in the middle between Roman and Brock over the last few weeks. But basically, Paul Heyman goes out there and states, "Hey, I'm not protecting you, Roman. I'm not protecting Brock Lesnar from you. I'm protecting you from Brock Lesnar." That
Hmm.
ultimately laid him, and apparently, here, I think let's finish this off here. Um, believe this content hasn't. We'll see what happens. Oh my god, wrong content. Hold on.
I love you, wise man. I love you too, my tribal chief. And I thank you for your honesty. Thank you, my tribal chief. And I thank you for 40 years of service to my family. I love you, my tribal chief. And you're fired.
Alrighty. Well, basically, Paul Heyman is now fired from the bloodline here. The great storyline. I'm sorry, but Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, one of the greatest storylines of the year, if not, I mean, just overall amazing, pure amazing.
So the only problem I have with this, it's great. I love it, but since Paul Heyman's back with Brock, are we gonna have Paul Heyman as Brock Lesnar's mouthpiece again? No, Brock Lesnar's
No.
been doing great. Why? What's the point of having Paul Heyman back with Roman? I mean, back with Brock. We don't need Paul Heyman as Brock's mouthpiece.
You're right. Well, Roman
No.
Reigns does not. Paul Heyman does not. Or Brock Lesnar does not need Paul Heyman as the mouthpiece. I
Mm-mm.
don't see him as the mouthpiece. I see Paul Heyman still as the advocate of Brock Lesnar, but more of a back going of, hey, I warned you. Um, but yeah, Brock Lesnar has done great. I have no issue with this. I don't think this is going to stop Brock Lesnar from what he's doing. And if WWE is stupid enough to allow that to happen, so I'm just giving you all the camera time here. But if WWE is stupid enough to allow that to happen, then they're just stupid, point blank, and period.
And it's gonna tick me off because this has been a great storyline. Brock
Bless you.
Lesnar's been doing fantastic. What's up?
I was telling Justin, bless you, because
Yeah,
I thought he sneezed.
I mean, look what Brock's done for the last couple of weeks. He's been talking just fine. He doesn't need Paul Heyman anymore. No,
Mhm.
to talk for him. This is a different Brock Lesnar that we're all used to. He's
I
got
agree.
his hair grown out. No, I don't.
He's
I
in
don't know.
overalls.
Mm-hmm.
He's making friends with the vegan Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
He's in flannels.
Speaking of
Yeah, no,
Sami
I don't.
Zayn, speaking of Sami Zayn, do you see him in a Universal title match at any point?
No.
No, I don't. I think this is a nice top run. He may do a few more segments with Brock Lesnar, but I feel like this is done. I feel like this is something that he's going to take advantage of and keep going. Um, hopefully this sparks him. I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just signed extending contracts. I think great
Mm-hmm.
decisions, and we're probably going to talk more about this on Tuesday morning. If Jake wants to join me back on Tuesday morning for another
I'll be there.
episode, but we're going to break down more. But yeah, this is for Sami Zayn, I think he goes back to kind of where he is. I think this is kind of a little push. I would also reminisce, say, hey, you just signed the contract. Wouldn't you still want more opportunity to sign, to be? But you know what? This is job security. If you think about it, I think Kevin Owens said it the best earlier this week. Yeah, I got to provide for my family, right? And WWE is that safe and secure and money, right, contract wise, to supply for my family.
Yeah, I mean that is true. I mean, we talked about it, so I mean, don't gotta say any more about it.
Trey, you gotta kind of jump in a little bit right now and get going. Any last words before you take off?
I don't. I just want to say I definitely enjoyed today. I hated waking up. I'll see you here in a couple hours, and
Absolutely.
I can't wait to spend Christmas with you.
Yeah, next time you'll be on will be after Christmas. So wish everyone a happy
Yes.
Christmas there.
Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'll see you next Sunday.
All righty. Well, you enjoy. You guys get ready. We'll see you soon there. But yeah, no, this is a a fun time for them. Listen, I don't think Trey made this a valid point. I don't see anything wrong
No.
with this. Paul Heyman is going to be Paul Heyman. Brock Lesnar is going to be Brock Lesnar. I think this is time to move on. I don't know where the storyline goes, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about to me, it's actually one of my favorite storylines right now in WWE. I mean, I don't really give WWE a lot of credit, but yeah, I should. I should, especially with how much they're doing right now, especially with the storyline. And honestly, I mean, how can you not like the storyline? It's Roman and Brock. I mean, yeah, we've seen it in the past, but this has gotten a lot better. I mean, with Roman being the heel and Brock being the face, I mean, it's been such a long time since we've seen Brock Lesnar become a face. But only since 2003, maybe. But other than that, I mean, he's been doing a tremendous job. And Roman, I mean, he's got the Usos. He's being the tribal chief. I mean, this is a perfect recipe of a great storyline, and we're seeing it right now. And I honestly can't wait till day one. I can't wait to see this match. I can't wait to see two of these Goliaths go at it for the Universal Championship.
sorry, there I got trying to clean my nose here.
Yeah, it's struggling under the
It's
weather.
all morning,
especially-
yeah. I'm good. I just gotta clean my sinus systems. There you go. But anyways, listen. Here's the thing. I guess my only other concern is, and we'll have to say this for Tuesday, is that how far is this? This is a new type of storyline. This is why Brock and Roman now, it's exciting to see now because they're not just carrying on for what they've been doing the last this past decade, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But my question is that what is this going to lead up to? Because there's still talk about what's going to happen at Mania. How much more elevated can you really get this storyline moving forward? I mean, without stipulations, I mean, let's be honest, there's only a few more times that I could really watch them wrestle besides this before it's like, I had enough, I posted something on TikTok earlier this week about possibly the Viking Raiders getting involved. The Canadians taking on the Bloodline. I mean, at some point, I don't know if it's amazing. I would love to see that match happen. Maybe at a I think elimination chamber match or something like that. I don't know.
I would love to see the Viking Raiders team up with Brock Lesnar. That would be such a perfect trio. That would be such a perfect three-person tag team right there.
Right. But I mean, it's just more like, okay, well, I mean, for me, it's more like, okay, well, now exactly how much more can you give of this, and where is this honestly going to? Like, is this a WrestleMania match, or does Roman and Brock have something else for Mania? Because for me, it feels like a WrestleMania match, but we're going to see another match at day one. We're going to probably see them more involved in, the next couple months. So we really don't know. But that's what's exciting. That's what makes you want to tune into it. And yeah, WWE has definitely done a lot.
Yeah.
So real quick though, you're going to be on TikTok live tomorrow night. Nerdy Jake at Nerdy Jake 520. Check him out. Also, we have our show coming up Tuesday, Thursday. I can guarantee you that. Next Saturday, also, we're going to do our top 10s and our top pay-per-views of the year. Hopefully we could get a Jake versus Courtney. Oh man, it's coming through the screen. We're
Yeah,
allergic to mornings here, but then we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So stick tuned. Thank you for watching, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, TikTok. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Also, leave a comment. Let us know how we think. And until next time, on behalf of Jake, Trey, and I, you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Until next time, we will see you guys real soon.